What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Cars, Costs, and Technology. Today I want to talk to you guys about having the ability to purchase your dream car in your 20s and some of the steps that you'll need to take in order to make that happen. Now, I was out with a friend recently who was doing some car shopping. He wants to purchase a Charger Hellcat, and that prompted me to put together a video talking about some topics that younger buyers need to be aware of when they go to accomplish a goal like this in their 20s. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with my channel, I have a 2016 Corvette Stingray that I purchased about 3 months ago. I'm really thankful to be able to have this car. It's always been a dream car of mine, and I feel very blessed, and I want to just pass along the information and some of the planning and strategy that I used in order to get in that position. I hope that it helps some of you guys out there who are thinking about purchasing your dream car soon. Now, I want to point out that most of my viewers, according to my YouTube analytics, are past their 20s, and if you are in that position and you would like to shed some light on some things that you've done in order to purchase your dream car, some financial advice for some younger car enthusiasts, feel free to put that down in the comments. Or if you have a younger family member in their late teens or early 20s who's trying to purchase their dream car and feel like this video may be helpful, feel free to share this with them. Now, I want to point out that I did purchase my C6 Corvette 2005 when I was 22, and my C7 Corvette there shortly after when I was 24, about to turn 25. So like I said, I feel very thankful and blessed to have had the opportunity to purchase these two cars, and just want to pass along some of my experiences or some of my strategy that I was able to use to get in this position, and I hope that it helps you guys. Now, obviously the term dream car is left up to interpretation. Some of you may have a much more expensive dream car than a Corvette, so this obviously may be harder for some than others, but this is my list, and we'll go ahead and start with number one. And number one topic I'd like to discuss is waiting to have children. Now, before I even jump into this topic, I want to point out that I think having kids is probably one of, if not the most rewarding thing that you can do in life. I haven't had them yet, but I know that most parents I talk with wouldn't trade their kids for the world. But with that being said, I know most parents would admit that having young children and trying to buy a sports car at the same time can be really difficult, not only because kids are very expensive and they eat into the household budget, but just bringing kids around in general. You don't have enough seats in a sports car. They're not very practical for young children. Dropping off at school, picking up, things like that. It's very difficult. So I'm not suggesting that you shouldn't have kids. I'm just saying that if you have your heart set on a sports car, try to own that before you start a family, because it will be much more difficult once you have children. You'll probably end up having to wait until they are gone off to college and you've retired. But number two I want to talk about is partying. Now, this is somewhat of a controversial topic because I know for some they're not willing to sacrifice their lifestyle for an object, and I completely understand. When it comes to drinking or partying, if those life experiences are more important to you than a car, that's totally fine. I can't judge you there. That's totally your prerogative. But for those of you that are true car enthusiasts and have your heart set on a car, I will say that spending a lot of money on alcohol, in bars, clubs, or even worse, drugs, it's definitely going to set you behind and take you far away from your goals. I'm not saying that you can't have a good time once in a while, but making it a lifestyle is going to be very difficult to achieve your goals, especially at a young age. So in my opinion, you need to just stay focused, stay motivated, focus on your finances, and that will get you to the car that you want and achieve those goals that you want. But again, everyone has a different approach, so this isn't a one-size-fits-all suggestion. Now, number three is speeding or don't speed. For those of us that are car enthusiasts, even if you're not driving your dream car, you still tend to get a little excited behind the wheel, and unfortunately that leads to sometimes speeding. Now, speeding is dangerous for multiple reasons. Obviously, you can cause an accident, hurt yourself or someone else, but in addition to that, if you get speeding tickets, your insurance premiums are going to go through the roof. Being a young sports car owner is already very expensive for multiple vehicles, or two, that is. My premium is almost $1,300 for every 6 months. I know it's not too bad, but I also have no at-fault accidents or no speeding tickets, so that could go up significantly if I were to add more points to my license. Now, for those of you that do have any points on your license or at-fault accidents, you know how much more expensive it can be. I just hate to see someone save up all this money, be able to buy their dream car, but then because of the cost of insurance, it becomes too much of a stretch to afford that car. Plus, it's very dangerous. Like I said, you could get hurt or killed racing or driving too fast on public roads. So if you want to get your adrenaline out, go to a drag strip, go to a track, somewhere where you can actually safely and legally push your car to the limits, and you'll thank yourself down the road when you go to buy your dream car and your insurance premiums are cheap. Number four that I want to talk about is building credit. Now, this is another controversial topic because there are going to be many car enthusiasts out there that will tell you to just save up and buy the car cash, and I completely agree with that. In my situation, it was somewhat difficult to do that because, in your 20s, obviously I want to purchase a home. I opted to buy my home at a very early age and put a large down payment down on my house. That was sort of my priority, and it no longer left me the ability to purchase a sports car in cash. Now, granted, I could have waited to buy my car down the road, but as I mentioned earlier in the video, I do have plans plans. My wife and I have plans of starting a family down the road, and I didn't want to put off owning a sports car when I actually have the opportunity to. So with having exceptional credit, I was able to finance the car with very low interest rate, pay very little in interest to enjoy a car like this, and I felt like it was worth it overall. So I just want to point out that most of you will probably need to focus on building your credit if you want to own a car like this. It's very important down the road in life as well for other things other than cars. Number 5 I want to talk about is starting saving now. The reason I put emphasis on now is I think many people have the intentions of saving. It's an important topic to them, but it's always when this happens, so when I get my next promotion, when I get my next bonus, when I get my tax refund, things of that nature tend to bog you down and stop you from actually achieving your savings goals because you're always telling yourself that you'll be able to start later. Unfortunately, when you're in your late teens and early 20s, that tends to be a common topic. Plus, you're probably not making as much money as you'd like to make and feel like there's just not enough left to save. But time is on your side right now, and I think one of the most important things that I was able to do finishing up my high school years and early years in college was save pretty much every penny that I was able to get my hands on, short of my actual necessities and expenses. So do everything you can to save, guys, even if it's not the amount that you'd like to. Any little bit helps, and all of the factors that we talked about in the beginning of this video depend on you having enough money to be able to make your monthly payments, make your down payment, have funds set aside if something were to break or if emergency were to come up. So saving money is essential to this process. The only reason I didn't talk about specifics in terms of what kind of job you need to do or how much money you need to make is that's different for everyone. Everyone has a different type of car they're shooting for. Everyone has a different amount of expenses that they're accountable for every month. So I'm not going to discuss specific positions or salaries that you need. Pretty much anyone can achieve a car like this, even with a relatively low salary if you approach it right and you have a strategy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear in the comments what your feedback is, whether you already own your dream car or you're just currently seeking it. Let me know, guys, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.